This video is a little hard to make for a few different reasons. Let me just say that your age is your superpower, even if you don't think it is. I want to share my experience, and I'm not going to apologize for saying the truth. Now, it's okay if you don't like what I'm about to say, but it's the truth. I know what it feels like to think that your best days are over. I've been there. But once I started making changes like getting fit, dressing better, and just carrying myself with more confidence, everything changed. And it wasn't because all of a sudden I was a different person. It's just because I started showing up for myself. I'm not here today to brag or flex. I'm coming at this from the angle of some humility, but also some self-confidence. What I'm also trying to do today is to wake some of you up. Way too many dudes let age be an excuse. They stop trying. They let themselves go, and they tell themselves that that part of life is behind them. And I think that's BS, man. It's not behind you. It's literally right now, and it's waiting for you to step up and take it. So look, let's call it like it is. I'm not a movie star. I'm not a supermodel, and I'm not rolling around in a Bentley with $10 million in the bank. Not even close. I'm a regular 56-year-old dude. I've got some wrinkles. I've got a lot of gray hair, and I've got a lot of miles on me. But the truth that might surprise some of you is that I have had more opportunities and more amazing women in my life over the past year and a half than my entire life up until this point. I've worked on myself, my self-respect, and my self-confidence enough over the years to the point that I don't have a problem talking to women or approaching women at all. And it's not even that hard. And if it doesn't work out, it's no big deal. So think of it like this. Okay, you're driving in your car and you really want to make that green light up ahead, but right when you get close, it turns yellow and you've got to stop. Sure, that's a bummer, but you don't let it affect you and you don't get depressed about it, right? Life goes on. It's not that big of a deal. If you approach a woman and it doesn't work out, same thing. And yes, I hear myself talking and I know what this all sounds like, but I'm trying to make a point. Because for a lot of men, they think that when you hit 40 or 50, the best years are gone and you're past your prime. But I'm here to tell you it's the exact opposite. If you take care of yourself, dress well, and care about how you show up for yourself, your life isn't over. And in a lot of ways, I'm telling you, it's just beginning. And of course, I get it. It's not all about having women in your life. I know that. I'm just using that as a yardstick. It's about you and the changes you make in order to position yourself to have more opportunities in general. Let's talk about your presentation because this has been one of the biggest game changers for me personally. The thing is though, right, I didn't just wake up one day and become this guy. I just finally decided to give a damn. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. So at that point, we're going back over 10 years, I hired a personal trainer, I got my ass in the gym, and I started dressing better. I wore clothes that actually fit, and I paid attention to my grooming, my skin, and my hair. Because look, if you think about it, all of those little details are things that most guys ignore. And what happened was, people responded to me differently. When you look like the man and are the man who respects himself, other people respect you too. It's not about faking it though. It's more about just putting in the extra effort that says, I care about myself, I value myself, and I'm not done living. And the secret that I think a lot of guys don't want to hear is that if you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, or beyond, just dressing well, that in itself instantly separates you from 90% of other men your age. Because most of those guys gave up. You didn't. And that's your power, and people notice. Dress like a man, not some overgrown college kid. The backwards hat and flip-flops just aren't cool anymore, especially on a middle-aged man who people expect more from. Sorry, not sorry. So if you're looking for a place to start, right, in my opinion, dark solids and muted solid colors always look good. Now, this sweater I'm wearing right now is from Collars & Co., and it's literally the perfect V-neck sweater. I also have some quarter-zip sweaters, long-sleeve polos, also from Collars & Co., and they're just always my go-to option. Collars & Co. completely shook up the entire menswear industry just a few years ago when they were on Shark Tank launching their dress collar polo shirt. The problem was that men wanted to look good and put together and have a nice collar, but they didn't want to be uncomfortable. These shirts solve that problem because they're easy to wear and they always look amazing. But since then, they just keep adding to their selection with classic, elevated, and easy to wear, comfortable pieces. And in my opinion, they just hit it out of the park with their polos and all their sweaters because they just literally check all the boxes. Quality, comfort, fit, and style. Pair this sweater, with maybe a nice pair of chinos or some dark wash jeans, and you're good to go. So listen, if you want to update your wardrobe with some new items, there's going to be a special link down below in the description to a special offer that's going to get you a discount on anything that you want to go pick up. Use the link in the description and treat yourself to something new. Don't wait on this one, gentlemen. Go take a look today. Let me say a few words about confidence, because there seems to be a big misconception about confidence. A lot of people think that it means being loud and boisterous and announcing to the world that you are confident. That's not confidence. That's more like insecurity through a microphone. Real confidence is quiet. It's walking into a room not needing anybody to validate you. It's knowing exactly who you are, what you're capable of, what you bring to the table, and what your standards are. And that doesn't just happen. That comes from time and life experience. And I will say, when a younger woman, or any woman for that matter, meets a man like that, someone who's not trying to impress her, but a guy who just shows up as himself, honestly, it's refreshing. But again, it starts with you believing in you first. And of course, I know some people might hear the phrase dating younger women and just immediately roll their eyes. They might think it's all about ego or chasing youth, but that is not at all what it's about. It's about not writing yourself off just because of a number. So look, I've dated women younger than me, I've dated women my age, and I've also dated women older than me. And the common denominator wasn't the number, it's the energy. And I'm not going to apologize for any of that. The way that I carry myself, the way that I show up for them is different than most other guys my age. And I'm telling you, gentlemen, opportunities, friendships, women, new experiences, all of that flows to those men who have not checked out on life. And again, I'm not better than anybody else. I'm not special, I'm not genetically gifted, and I don't have any secret formula. I just made the choice in my life to be better. That's it. This life is yours to live, my friend. You can let it pass you by, or you can get out there and have experiences and memories to last a lifetime. Now, here's the next part of the equation, and it might be one of the most important ones, and it's your health. At this age, being fit isn't about being a bodybuilder on the cover of some magazine. It's about your movement and your energy. I make time to go to the gym. I pay attention to what I eat, and I prioritize my health. That's it. Nothing crazy, but it's consistent. Because let's face it, most men in their 50s are 40 pounds overweight, they're tired all the time, they have zero energy and literally no sense of style. So, when you walk into a room with energy, with a smile on your face, nice clothes, and a body that looks good and moves good, you stand out without saying anything. And women pick up on that immediately, especially women your age that are used to seeing the overweight, unstylish, average, middle-aged man. Looking after your health is one of the most powerful things you can do, not just for dating, but for your life in general. If you're fit in your 50s, that's the real flex. I hear it all the time, man. I'm too old for that. Younger women don't want me, or I missed my window. I'll tell you right now, that is all noise and BS. This chapter of your life, this second act, if you will, can be better than anything that came before it if you decide to step up and go get it. My friend Scott said something to me the other day. He said that basically everything is too easy right now. And if you think about it, right, he's right. I mean, seriously, you can buy groceries from your phone and have it delivered to your front door. Too easy. He also said that us, as middle-aged men, need to challenge ourselves just to prove that we can still do it. Don't ever lose that. Life doesn't want you to settle, and it doesn't want you to fade off into the background. Your value as a man isn't tied to how young you are. It's tied to how much you show up, how healthy you are, how confident you are, and how much life you still have left inside of you. And I promise you, if you bring that kind of energy, doors will open. Life is short, man, and I genuinely mean it when I say your life might be just beginning. Every single day that you wake up healthy with air in your lungs and fire in your heart, that's an opportunity. And in a lot of ways, I feel like I'm living proof that your 50s can be the best years of your life. Do I have it all figured out? No, but I have met incredible people. I've had romantic experiences that I never thought possible at this age. Not because I'm lucky, but because I stopped accepting average for myself. And I want that for you too. Let this be your wake-up call. I'm telling you, start with one small change and just watch how fast the world starts responding differently to you. You have value and you have power. Life isn't behind you. It's waiting for you right now. And I'm inviting you to experience it for yourself. As always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Live well, and I'll see you in the next one.